Hello, lovely people. This is Nicole.
And this is Samantha.
With the power of we are here to switch it up and teach you about business, relationships, and how to not only survive, but make it in Los Angeles.
In each episode, we will have top influential guests from the world of real estate. We work hard,
We stage hard.
and we get it done.
The power of we.
Hey guys, we're back. It's the Samantha and Nicole show today. I'm super excited about it.
Hell yeah.
If you want to hear about our crazy journeys, well, first of all, I got stuck in Guadalajara making furniture for Elite Home Staging. That was insane.
First, I want to introduce my mom, Samantha Senia, the founder of Elite Home Staging and a true pioneer in the Los Angeles staging industry. She built this company from the ground up and has empowered thousands of women to pursue careers in staging and entrepreneurship.
And this is my daughter, Nicole Senia, the next generation of leadership in our company. She brings strategy, branding, vision, and helping us evolve, grow into a stronger and more modern
And I'm the
business.
best. Right?
Yes, you are the best. Thank God, because seriously, after pandemic, I was so grateful when you came in because all those Instagrammers were coming at us and I had nothing to do with them. I could not even figure out. They weren't a celebrity to me.
I know.
So
I would say staging has evolved so much since I came on. I came on, about 6 years ago when the pandemic started.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came on, you were an essential company, first of all. So that's where you were able to continue the business during that time, right?
yeah, we were essential. Everybody was closed. And of course, me, I don't listen to rules clearly. And I decided, you know what? It's time for me to help people that needed it. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, people were so scared.
Right.
Even my own mom wouldn't see me for 6 months.
But you started the company in LA, right? And you started working with celebrities. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I started with Kobe Bryant was my first staging
Kobe Bryant?
ever.
Wow. And where was that?
That was in the Palisades.
Palisades.
So I was with a different partner at the time. We had just started. We wanted to do staging. We had no idea what we were doing. And can you imagine? I roll up and I see this huge house. And I looked at my friend Marty and I'm like, okay, now what are we going to do? And we went in. We believed in ourselves. And we sold the job.
Wow.
It
And were you
was
scared?
crazy. And you know what? We didn't even have the furniture.
Wow.
And so guess what? So we decided we partnered with a furniture company. They were super excited. They saw us coming. They charged us a ton of money. And we staged it with them. And it was beautiful.
So your first staging was with rented furniture, correct? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
So when did you decide the transition into buying your own furniture was necessary?
Well, Marty and I went our separate ways. And, it goes back to my friend Jeff Byback again. He said, you need to start a staging company. And I was
Right.
like, okay, great. And so, I really didn't know what that meant. And it took a lot of time for me to understand, but I had to do it quickly because I'm an amazing salesperson.
Right.
So I went out and I started telling people I had a staging company. And I got a job within 2 days. And I went to Pampa. I'm going to give Pampa a heads up.
Yep.
And they were amazing. They showed me what to buy.
Wow.
And I put it all together.
Amazing.
And I staged it. And guess who was jumping in the pool at that staging?
Me.
Nicole Senia.
Yeah, I was very young when you started the company, right? What
Yeah.
year did you start?
2008.
How old
Are you
was
trying
I?
to make me feel old or what?
You've been in business for 18 years? Or am I wrong on that math?
18 years. That's right.
Yeah.
18 long years. I've seen it all.
That's crazy. So what was it like starting in an industry that wasn't really recognized at the time? Staging is a fairly new industry. I know we just spoke in London and there it's a very new industry, but 18 years ago in LA, I think Meredith Bear was the only staging company at the time.
Yeah, there were some other ones, but staging was so new, so I had to really sell myself.
Right.
And I had to make people believe in me. And basically, I still have the same philosophy. I told them, I'm going to make your dreams come true. And I still say it to today.
Is that what you believe?
Yes, don't make me cry.
You're
I
always
knew it
crying.
would start.
Yeah. Well, I think that's amazing. That's
It's
how you started the
because
company.
I've seen so much.
Right.
And Like when you think about it, people go through a lot in life.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
They go through a lot. And I am there because they either have to sell their house because of a divorce, or they lost their money, or they want to move up to a bigger house and start a family.
Right.
And when they sell their house, and I know it's a lot because of the staging, they call me and they go, "Thank you, Samantha. I can't tell you how I was so scared to do the staging. I was scared to pay all this money. And then look what happened."
Yeah.
That to me is making people's dreams come true.
100%. I do want to know, did you have a clear vision of what the company would become, or did it just evolve over time? Like, what did you think would happen when you first went to Kobe Bryant's house?
I didn't think. That's for sure. Oh my gosh.
But you were always an entrepreneur, correct?
Always an entrepreneur. I used to sell purses and jewelry.
Yeah, I
And
remember
even when
that.
you're a baby.
Yeah.
Set up at a store and
Yep.
like invite everyone.
Get the husbands drunk, and
Yes.
the wives would buy all the purses.
Yeah. And we'd sell 10,000 a night.
Yeah, smart.
So I really didn't look at, okay, this is where I want to be at the long term. I'm a driver, right? I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a driver. I always wanted to make things better,
Right.
and I wanted to sell more, and I wanted to meet more people, and I wanted to expand my sales team. So when I started, there was no sales reps at any of the companies. And I remember saying to my partner at the time, "We're going to get people to work for us commission only." And she's like, "No, we're not." We were fighting in the office
Right.
while there was people lined up waiting to work for us. And you know what? They were so excited to get into this industry.
Yeah.
And to this day, they're still successful, and I'm very proud of that.
It's amazing. I mean, I know since you've been in business for so long, you've had so many people come in and out of the doors of Elite Home Staging. What would you say was like your biggest success story, or something that really touched your heart with one of your employees?
Gosh, that's a hard one. I have so many successful girls that have left and, either started their own company or did something they wanted to. But I think, to me, I work really hard at making these women grow up.
100%, yeah. I would say that.
Right.
I would say the biggest thing about the company, and just, I mean, I've been here for about 6-7 years now,
Yeah.
is once you interview someone, right, for a sales rep, let's just say, and watching the growth over a year and how they transform. I mean, a lot of our reps are between, let's just call it 25 to 45.
Right.
And watching the evolution of their personality and
Yes.
confidence is the biggest thing, right?
It's so important because a lot of them come in, they don't know how to meditate.
Right.
They don't believe in themselves.
Yeah.
They don't even know how to sell.
Right.
And it's so important that the one thing that I can't teach them, but I try and help them and guide them, is confidence.
Well, I think it's so important. Our last guest talks about wellness and business and how they go hand in hand. And I think that's something that you bring to Elite. And it's so important that, like, in our sales meetings, we'll do meditation or visualization practices, and that teaching them that the wellness.
So you
side
must
of
be
it.
really proud of me.
Yeah, I am. No, I mean, seriously.
I'm just kidding. So, but I mean, you've seen a lot. You saw me when I was, in Canoga Park, and I had two different warehouses and 12 storage units. It was not easy back then. And I remember
you used to make
people
me
were
input all the
What?
business cards into this one MailChimp thing. That's what I would sit there after school and do
Yes.
that.
I mean, it was very hard back then. It wasn't like there was social media.
Yeah.
I didn't even have Instagram or Facebook, in the beginning years.
Right.
It was me and me
It
only.
was all word of mouth.
Like walking around, doing office presentations, and seriously building my community. And that really has taught me so much. I mean, I even taught the girls. I would have big events at Cafe Roma. I'd invite all the realtors, and oh my God, everyone would have so much fun. But that's when everyone was getting drunk and having fun.
But that's
now
still
that's
so
not
fun.
the culture.
Yeah, I know. I know. We used to take me when I was younger to all these events, speaking at, I think, Steve Schultz, right?
Yep.
And other different events. I remember there was one at maybe the SLS Hotel, all these different hotels, and you'd have booths and speak on the panels.
Yeah, it's if you're a staging company, it's so important that you do other things besides run the company. You have to be forward facing. You have to be in the client's face. Even I run 3 companies, I am still out with clients. And if I find out they have left, what I do is I make sure that I'm in contact with them. And that is so important because it's important to be, part of the community, really, don't you think? So what do you
100%.
see? You started 6 years ago. You were going to school for journalism, first of all, and she thought she was going to sit on her butt at home during pandemic.
Yes,
Hell
this
no.
is true.
I was like, get your butt in the warehouse and start from the bottom. And what did you do?
You made me and my little brother go to the warehouse.
I don't know how little he is.
He's not anymore, but yeah, he's a year younger than me. And we went into the warehouse and counted every single piece of furniture, climbing the racks.
Yep. And that was not
pen
easy.
And paper and counting everything because you had just gotten the new inventory system.
Right.
So we inputted everything into that inventory system. I think it was me, my brother, my best friend Olivia. Ben was there.
Oh, I had all your friends
I think Daniel
there.
came. It was like you had us all working. And it was actually a lot of fun. I mean, me and Olivia had like the best time doing it. We had fun together. But it did definitely, I think after doing it for a while, I was so bored during the pandemic and I actually hated being online. And I was like, I want to do something else. So you took me out. I'll never forget.
But what made you not want to do journalism and stay in the company?
I actually never thought about that. I just was still in school. I was working full time. I was in school full time when I started working for you fully.
And I threw you into staging.
You took me out one day and we went to 3 houses and you sold every single house we went to. And I thought it was so impressive that each person signed the contract. I didn't really know anything about sales at the time. I was just like, okay, we have 3 jobs. You just got 3 jobs in the span of 4 hours. Like, how is that possible? And then I remember, I think it was like the confidence I saw in you. And you've always been a very confident person, obviously. But I didn't have that when I was younger. Like, I didn't understand how that you could do that. And I think that was something I really wanted. So I think you had me stage 1 property and you said if it worked out that I could continue doing it.
Yep.
And if not, then I can go back. Like that I could just whatever. It wasn't a thing.
I think what's important for the viewers to see is, we have gone through a lot. It's not been easy.
Right.
Business is not easy. There's ups, there's downs.
Yeah.
I mean, you were going through something. I was going through our family, as you guys know.
Yeah.
We were not sober at the time. It was a very tough time.
Well, that was when I got sober, is when I started working for you, actually. And that was like, I call it my rehab, was counting inventory in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Because it helps me, stay sober, and it gave me a sense of purpose. And I think that's a big thing about any job that people have, is finding a purpose where you can find something where you feel needed and you feel like a sense of connection. I think that's the biggest thing.
Well, what's really impressive, which you're way better at than me, is you took on the role of like dealing with clients that I didn't want to deal with. For sure, 100%, because we deal with so much in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a tough place to stage. So people that stage all over, they're not as picky as the ones, because everyone thinks there's on-selling sunsets here.
Yeah.
So, and what's impressed me is your demeanor with the clients, and you've changed procedures so that it's way more professional, and that's important.
The reason we're good partners at Elite is because you're a visionary and you're very good at like knowing what is happening. And ever since I came in, first day I was like, we're changing this and making it a procedure. We're changing this and making it a procedure.
Right.
We're doing presentations. We're doing this, because my brain is very like structured. I need it to be structured. Because I think that's like, for me, that's how I can teach someone else to do it.
That is
and
so
I think since
true.
we've been able to like come together on that, it's really grown the company within the past like 5 years.
100%.
It's been a huge difference.
I always needed that person because I'm a visionary, but I move fast.
And it's helped you be able to do things like get containers and develop new furniture.
EliteMason.com and all of that. Yeah. So I can do several different companies at once, but the procedures in a staging company is a non-negotiable. I can't tell you guys enough. Like, we have I always wanted my company to be like in a magazine, like, how it's perfect, in a box. And I can tell you today, we are like that. We have our own inventory system. We have our own
quote system. We have our own CRM system. We're using AI now.
Yeah.
I think a huge thing is like trying to stay up with the times and using technology.
And people fight that my age. They fight that.
For sure.
Like, I hated Instagram.
It's a very hard thing for a staging company to, I think, get to. Because just tracking the inventory in itself, if you haven't started from the second you've started the company, it's nearly impossible unless you have like a million people helping you, right?
Right.
Then it all comes down to money. But there is one thing I did want to ask you.
Yeah.
So what's the hardest thing you overcame as a business owner, and what advice would you give to your past self?
The hardest thing I overcame as a business owner, I'm going to be honest with you. So I had a partner, and I relied on her a lot for the business side of it. And when I bought her out, I thought, how am I going to do this part? But I learned it, and I became even more successful because I trusted myself.
Right.
And that was really important. And I think that if you're a new business, you need to learn every single part of the business. I was so busy doing the design, the furniture, the clients. I didn't want to do the flyers, the back end, the boring stuff, I would call it. But now I know all of that, and it's super important. So that's a big thing I would say.
So now we have some questions from the followers. I think our
Okay.
Instagram for Elite Home Staging has blown up a lot.
I know you have some too.
Yeah. And okay, first question for you is how do you stay competitive in a Los Angeles staging market?
You always have to be thinking forward. So what I do is I travel around the world. I know people say, what does your mom do? Oh, she travels around the world and gets her hair done. I'm like, that's BS. So when I'm traveling around the world, you know what I'm doing? I'm checking out what's hot, what's new, what's coming in, the fabrics, the different woods, the different materials. It is so important because Elite has a certain aesthetic. We are modern, period.
Yep.
Where you could do all the different things you can call it, but we're modern.
I mean, modern really means staying up to date with the trends.
And what has it been since day one? This company's been modern.
Right.
And it's always worked. Always. And so I think this is something I really want to talk about. People are getting lost at the sight of staging. This is not design. So it's really important that people understand staging is that you walk in and it's aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and it flows from the living room all the way to the outside of the house. And that's what staging is. It's not all about each piece, because what we're doing is we're trying to sell the house, period, not the furniture. Yes, do we sell the furniture? Yes.
Yeah.
But
I think the funniest part about that is every time I have a client who's not so happy about something. For example, I just did this house in Woodland Hills, right?
yeah.
Family house, staged the whole thing. It looked incredible. There was a really nice rug in the primary bedroom. The homeowner comes in and says, I don't like this rug at all. It needs to be taken out. I get a massive text from the agent, like paragraph saying like, this is the worst rug ever. It needs to be changed, blah, blah, blah. They technically think the house isn't going to sell because of this rug. Okay. Fast forward, let's call it a month later. House is in escrow, get a call. The new homeowner would like to purchase the rug in the primary bedroom.
Yep.
So it's very interesting because everyone thinks it's like their personal style,
right.
But they
It's
forget
not.
that we are the ones who are doing this every single day, and we know what everyone
I
likes.
always make fun of Lisa Sorrentino. I love her. She's a great agent. She's high-end
amazing.
house. And I just started staging. It was like 2010. And she walks into the condo. She goes, I hate those bar stools. I go, no, Lisa, they're staying. And she's like, but I don't like them. I'm like, trust me. And what do they buy? They buy the bar stools
every time.
So people have to learn to trust. Well, obviously they trust us after staging 20,000 homes,
right?
But it's just, people get in their mind, they want to sell it. But here's the thing, everyone, we sell our houses, I don't even know the percentage, but so much over asking.
I also think agents kind of tend to step into they think they know everything about everything.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they are not designers.
Yeah.
And they need to understand like their role in it.
Yeah.
And I understand like, of course, they're going to have an opinion.
Right.
But understanding
Opinions
if you're
are
hiring
fine.
a company to do their job, like
Right.
let them do their job. And I think every stager could.
And that's why other
value
staging
that.
companies won't deal with it. Now, what we do is we have a fee. If you want to change it, it's no problem because I have to pay the trucks, the guys, and everything.
Yeah.
But I think what's, important is, we are very blessed. We have very good clients.
Yeah, we do.
We do a heavy marketing, so we get a lot of new people that come in. What I'm proud of is our team now.
100%. I think in any company, it's the people who make the company.
Right.
And that's
I mean,
the biggest
we
thing.
are, I mean,
Like,
we're
we
a family
wouldn't be
business.
Elite Home Staging without all of us here.
And
You know what I mean?
how amazing is it that we treat it like a family business?
Yeah, and I think that's like the biggest difference. Like when I'm hiring someone, I bring in someone from each department to interview the new person to see what like they think of, because I think everyone's opinion is important, and I know a lot of bigger companies do this too. And just hearing the way they talk about the company, like my rep Susie, for example, came in and she was like, said to the new girl who was interviewing, you know, the biggest thing here is that we're like a family here. So like you need to be here to help each other. And I think that's huge that someone's saying that from the inside. It's not just coming from the top, you know?
Yeah. You know, people, you know, I know you guys listen to us and our crazy stories, but one listener sent us a message. What was it like growing up watching the company built from the ground up?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I remember when my parents got divorced, and then my mom and dad had both started companies, and they both started from nothing, and they both are extremely successful. So people, I mean, always ask me like, what was that like? And I think it taught me so much to see like, you guys weren't rich when I was growing up. Let's
No.
be real. Like we didn't come from money. So it was interesting to see like the development of how hard work really leads to success. And I was able to see that with my eyes from both of you in different perspectives. And it takes hard work and determination. And I was able to watch that. And I think that's why I was able to see that it's not handed to me, right? Like you have to work really hard to get the things you want in life.
Yeah, and you work extremely hard. I'm so proud.
Thank you.
And my son works very hard in commercial real estate too. Not to
does,
forget
yes,
him.
yes, he does,
I
he
do
does.
have a son, you guys. He's just not on this podcast.
He just
but
likes
he
to
works
annoy me.
he likes to annoy you, I
Yeah,
know.
he's annoying.
He's a Leo. He's my boss.
Yes.
He's her boss.
So what's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
What does that mean? You're annoying? You're bossy?
I am not annoying, maybe sometimes.
Bossy.
Yes, for sure.
So
I like to be direct.
Really?
I don't
That's
know if
how you
call
put it?
a
Direct?
bossy. Yes, direct.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I am very New York vibe.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I like to say it like it is. If you don't like it, I'm sorry.
That's
you
true,
know what I
yeah.
mean? But I will be here for you. I will empower you. I will help you. But if you are not working, I will call you out.
Facts, yeah.
You
And I
know?
think people need that too.
And it's hard because I have worked my tail off to get here.
Mm-hmm.
I worked 10, 12, 13-hour days, weekends, and I would do so much. So when I see that people are
I
not
agree
doing
with
that,
this, yeah.
it's very difficult. It's very different for
I
me.
will say, as a sales manager, that's the one thing that tends to bother me, is because I was working this job full time before being sales manager and taking a full college course schedule. And people would be like, well, I didn't have time to make a call today. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, you know, I was taking 7 courses,
Yes.
doing classes, taking exams, writing essays, and staging, and still making calls. So like, it is doable. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
you're really good at managing them. Like, what would you say to them if they say that to you? Like,
I think it all comes down to time management. And I think some
Yes.
people think they don't have enough time in the day, but like as like everyone knows who knows me, like I have a notes app and I time manage myself per the hour. Some days it's like on the hour, and some days, you know, it's a little less, but like time management leads to success. I think that's the biggest thing.
and you know what else leads to success?
What?
I am very good at giving you guys things. So we do sales
true.
contests, which are, you know, drain my bank account. But if they hit a certain number, what happens?
We get bonuses.
Yes, and
I
we
think
got to
the
go to
bonus
Box and
structures-
Burn.
Yeah, Box and Burn. We've done Catalina Island.
Yep.
We've done lymphatic drainage massages. We've done brunch
See, I'm
at the
cool.
proper hotel. I mean, there's so many fun things that we do.
I know. I think that's why the team, you know, really is great. And I like how they really respect you. I mean, it wasn't easy for you when you started because you were
No,
like 21.
was not easy.
And I had sales reps that are like, you know,
Yeah, they didn't
she's
like
going to
me.
get given everything. But
To say the
you
least.
actually worked your tail off. And I
Yeah.
think that's, you know, even if you're a mom out there and you have kids that, you know, are, you know, want to sit behind the video game and all that, if I could tell you one thing, you have to have them work. I didn't do
I think
that,
that's the one thing
unfortunately.
that changed my perspective on life in general is I had a horrible experience at the University of Arizona and I had to move home.
That was
And
terrible.
I was going to like therapy every day. And my therapist at the time was like, we need to put a life plan for you. And I didn't even know what my next step was. And I was living at my dad's house and my therapist was like, why don't you get a job? And I was like, a job? I've never had a job. I was
That's
like, what the
terrible.
fuck is that?
I'm a bad mom.
And I was like 19, 18,
Yeah.
something like that. And I went in and I got my first job at Sun Life Organics.
Yes.
And I was making smoothies and juices and I don't know what it was, but just having that like sense of stability and being able to get
And
my own
responsibility.
paychecks and responsibility really made me
That's when you
it
clicked.
even made me do my schoolwork differently.
Yeah.
And then I was able to evolve my life from there.
Yeah, I think having a job teaches you so many tools.
100%.
And basically that's what it's all about, is teaching us tools, enjoying what we're doing.
Yeah,
and if you're not
100%.
enjoying what you're doing, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Go to another career.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell the girls. If this isn't for you, I get it.
Yeah,
You know,
you only have one life.
I mean, exactly. It's so important. But you know, listeners ask me questions all the time. One of them asked me if you're single.
Me? I'm single if anyone knows a guy for me. Yeah,
Yes,
you
you're
know that.
single,
You're just
but
being a bitch.
I'm looking for a husband for her, so just in case.
Stop
Just kidding.
embarrassing me.
But I like to do that.
I know. Okay.
But
That's enough.
Any-
We'll talk about your
any other
wedding coming up.
yes, I'm getting
I'm
married.
sure everyone wants to be invited.
It's gonna be definitely a.
Unfortunately, we won't have any more crazy stories to share.
I
We've
hope
had
not.
some fun ones.
Yes, we have. But
Yeah.
you know what? Somebody has to grow up.
Yeah.
But I grew up at Elite Home. You know what? I really grew up at Elite
Grew
Home
up at
Staging.
50. How old are you?
47.
Oh, yeah. We grew up at 47. Yeah. But I think that was like a lot to do.
But you know what? I am not 47, but I feel 35.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay.
But I look and feel good, don't I?
You look great.
So that's the trick. You hang around young girls. People always ask me, how can you have all these young, beautiful girls? Well, I'm young and beautiful, and I think I am. So
Yeah.
I surround myself with that.
You are who you surround yourself with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you,
Oh my God, it's been so
Mother.
fun. We haven't done this in so long.
I know. We actually have a lot more questions here, but we might have to do it next time because I guess I could ask you a couple more.
Okay.
A couple more? Let me find a really good one.
I like the one if you're single, by the way.
That's a good one.
Well, I know.
Oh,
What
okay.
is the biggest strength of working as a mother-daughter duo?
Strength?
Yeah,
Well, we can read each other's minds, and that's helpful.
that's true.
I can put her in her place.
That's true. And she calls me Sam. How rude is that?
Yeah, I know how to bother her.
Yes.
I know how to
for
get under
sure.
her skin. And no, I think it's easy to work together because our communication is like streamlined at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
we work very hard at that.
Yeah, we have mutual respect and we can say what we want to each other. And I think that's important. And we listen to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the key.
That's the key in
and
anything,
that's
right?
the key if you have a partner, if you have a husband,
Yeah.
a wife, whatever it is, listening and then responding is what it's taken me a long time to learn that.
Yeah. It's
Because-
so funny because it's the simplest thing ever, listening and responding. But that's what I'm teaching my sales reps, right? Like I overheard one of my sales reps on the phone the other day and this client's talking to her and she's saying something totally different. I'm like, did you not hear what he was asking you? But like, I think as people, we get so in our heads, we forget to listen
Right.
to what the other person
Oh,
is
I was
saying.
the first person to do that because I was already irritated with what they
Yeah.
were saying, and I'm gonna say how I feel.
Right.
But that never ends
Yeah,
well.
that's true.
That's for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I'm so excited that we get to do this, and I'm excited because my Guadalajara 2026 container is going to be so gorgeous.
And when does it land?
It's going to be here in April. We have this beautiful I think it's kind of like a peacock blue coming in.
Cool.
I've been talking about it. It's beautiful, and I did it in a swivel chair. I did it in ottomans.
Yeah.
We did it in pillows.
So exciting.
The sofa, I'm doing, a lot of cool new fabrics. I have a
Nice.
curved couch, a 5-piece curved couch.
Nice.
I have a really sexy settee coming. I want to do a photo shoot like that.
A what? Sorry.
Settee.
What is that?
It's like a lounge. It's what we used
okay.
to call it back in the
Settee.
day.
I'm going to use that. Sounds fancy.
Yeah, it is fancy.
Settee. Okay, perfect.
So stay tuned.
A lot is coming up for us at Elite Home Staging and the Power of We. We're going to be in Miami next
Yes,
month.
Miami.
Miami, and we have 2 or 3? How many podcasts
We're going to
coming
have
up?
4 pop-up
Four.
podcasts.
4 pop-up podcasts on the Power of We in Miami. We'll be at the Modern Day Wife event.
So go to the Modern Day White event. When is it? May 16th. You have to check it out. It's going to be incredible.
100%. Should be fun. We have a bunch of stuff coming up for Elite Home Staging as well. I think we'll be throwing a big event like you were talking about earlier later this year. So stay tuned, and it will definitely be in Beverly Hills. So if you're an agent in Beverly Hills,
and just in case you don't follow us or don't know us, we are a big company. We run about 40 trucks a week. A lot of people don't know that about us.
Yeah, we're running about 4 to 5 trucks a day.
I'm very proud of my team. I mean, that takes a lot of, logistics, a lot of work behind the scenes. My team is absolutely incredible.
Yes, we have an amazing team. We want to thank everyone at Elite Home Staging for being amazing. And
make sure you meditate.
yes, thank you. Tune
All
in
right.
next week.
Till we see you next time.